Bah.
Swastiastu. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Now we will discuss about teaching speaking. In here, the specific purpose is how to be good teacher in speaking. But before we start the material, what do you think about speaking? Any other opinion? Do you have opinion maybe about what is speaking?
I want to answer.
Yes, Ade, please.
Speaking is the delivery of language through the mouth. The mouth.
Okay, thank you, Ade, for your opinion. But speak in another definition, speaking is the process of building and sharing meaning through the use of verbal and non-verbal symbol in a variety of contexts. What is teaching speaking? What is meant by teaching speaking is to teach ESL learner to produce the English speech sounds and sound patterns, use word and sentence trees, annotation patterns, and the rhythm of the second language, select appropriate words and sentence according to the proper social setting, audience, situation, and subject matter, organize their talk in a meaningful and logical sequence, use language as a means of expressing values and judgment, use the language quickly and confidently with few unnatural pauses, which is called experiency. And next, how to teach speaking. Now, many linguistic and ESL teachers agree on that students learn to speak in the second language by interacting. Communicative language teaching and collaborative learning serve best for this aim. Communicative language teaching is based on real-life situations that require communication. By using this method in ESL classes, students will have the opportunity of communicating with each other in the target language. In brief, ESL teachers should create a classroom environment where students have real-life communication, authentic activities, and meaningful tasks that promote oral language. This can occur when students collaborate in groups to achieve a goal or to complete a task. Next, activities to promote speaking. The first, you can use role play. One other way of getting students to speak is role playing. Students pretend they are in a various social context and have a variety of social roles. In role play activities, the teacher gives information to the learners such as who they are and what they think or feel. Thus, the teacher can tell the student that you are David. You go to the doctor and tell him what happened last night. And then the second, simulation. Simulations are very similar to role play, but what makes simulation different than role play is that they are more elaborate. In simulation, students can bring items to the class to create a realistic environment. For instance, if a student is acting as a singer, she brings as a microphone to sing and so on. Role plays and simulation have many advantages. First, since they are entertaining, they motivate the student. Second, they increase the self-confidence of hesitant students because in role play and simulation activity, they will have a different role play and do not have to speak for themselves, which means they do not have to take the same responsibility. The number three, information gap. In this activity, students are supposed to be working pairs. One student one student will have the information that other person does not have and the partner will have their information. And then the number four, brainstorming. On a given topic, students can produce ideas in a limited time. Depending on the context, either individual or group brainstorming is effective and learners create ideas quickly and freely. The characteristic of brainstorming is that the students are not critics for their ideas, so students will be open to sharing new ideas. Number 5, storytelling. Students can briefly summarize a tale or story they hear from somebody beforehand, or they may create their own stories to tell their classmates. Storytelling fosters creative thinking. It also helps students express ideas in the format of beginning, development, and ending, including the character and setting a story has to have. Number 6, interviews. Students can conduct interview on selected topic with various people. It is a good idea that the teacher provides Arabic to students so that they know what type of question they can ask or what path of to follow, but students should prepare their own interview question. Conducting interviews with people gives students a chance to practice their speaking ability not only in class but also outside and helps them becoming socialists. After interview, each student can present his or her study to the class. Moreover, students can interview each other and introduce his or her partner to the class. Number 7, story completion. This is a very enjoyable, full class free speaking activity for which students sit in a circle. For this activity, a teacher starts to tell a story, but after a few sentences, he or she stops narrating. Then, each student starts to narrate it from the point where the various on stop. Each student is supposed to add from 4 to 10 sentences. Students can add new character, event, description, and so on. Number 8, reporting. Before coming to the class, students are asked to read a newspaper or magazine, and in a class they report to their friends what they find as most interesting news. Students can also talk about whatever they have experienced, anything worth telling their friends in their daily lives before class. Number 9, playing card. In this game, students show from group of 4. Each suite will represent a topic, for instance, diamonds, earning money, heart, love and relationship, spades and unforgettable memory, club best partner. Each student in a group will choose a card, then each student will write 4 until 5 questions about that topic to ask the other people in the group. For example, if the topic diamonds, earning money is selected, here are some possible questions. Is money important in your life? Why? What is the easiest way of earning money? What do you think about lottery and etc.? However, the teacher should state at the very beginning of the activity that students are not allowed to prepare yes until no question, because by saying yes or no, students get little practice in spoken language production. Rather, students ask open-ended questions to each other so that they reply in complete sentence. Number 10, picturing narrating. This activity is based on several sequential pictures. Students are asked to tell the story taking place in the sequential picture by paying attention to the criteria provided by teacher as Arabic. Arabic can include the vocabulary or structure they need to use while narrating. Number 11 is picture describing. Another way to make use of picture in a speaking activity is to give students just one picture and have them describe what is in the picture. For this activity, students can form groups and each group is given a different picture. Students discuss the picture with their group, then a spoken person for each group describe the picture to the whole class. This activity fosters the creativity and imagination of the learners, as well as their public speaking skill. Number 12, finding the difference. For this activity, students can work in pairs. Each couple is given two different pictures. For example, picture of boys playing football and another picture of girls playing tennis. Students in pairs discuss the similarity and or difference in the picture. Okay, in here I will share about the suggestion for teachers in teaching speaking. Number 1, provide maximum opportunity to students to speak the target language by providing a rich environment that contains collaborative work, authentic material and tasks, and share knowledge, and then try to involve each student in every speaking activity. For this aim, practice different way of student participation, and then reduce teacher speaking time in the class while increasing student speaking time. Step back and observe student. Next, indicate positive sign when commenting on a student's responses. And then ask electing questions such as what do you mean? How did you reach that conclusion? In order to prompt students to speak more. Next, provide written feedback like your presentation was really great. It was a good job. I really appreciate your efforts in preparing the material and efficient use of your voice. Next, do not correct students. Pronunciation mistakes very often while they are speaking. Correction should not distract student from his or her speech. And then involve speaking activities not only in class but also out of class. Contact parents and other people who can help. And then circulate around classroom to ensure that students are on the right track and see whether they need your help while they work in groups or pairs. Next, provide the vocabulary beforehand that students need in speaking activities. And then the last, diagnose problem faced by students who have difficulty in expressing themselves in the target language and provide more opportunities to practice the spoken language. Okay, before I draw about the conclusion, do you have question? Hello everyone, do you have question? Okay, if there is no question, I will share about the conclusion. The conclusion in this topic is teaching speaking is very important part of second language learning. The ability to communicate in a second language clearly and efficiently contribute to the success of the learner in school and success later in every phase of life. Therefore, it is essential that language teachers pay great attention to teach speaking, rather than leading students to pure memory since providing a rich environment where meaningful communication takes place is desired. With this aim, various speaking activities such as those listed above can contribute a great deal to students in developing basic interactive skills necessary for life. This activity makes students more active in the learning process and at the same time make their learning more meaningful and fun for them. Okay, I will review about the the material for today. The first, we discuss about the definition of speaking, and then what is teaching speaking. Number 3 is how to teach speaking. Number 4, activities to promote speaking, and the last one we discuss about suggestion for teacher in teaching speaking. Okay, for the evaluation, Please do the exercise that has been shared on your WhatsApp group. Alright, that's all about our class today. Thank you so much for joining this class and see you